Welcome again to the Nancy Bluebird of Montana show. Today I'm still celebrating Memorial Day, plus just getting over the 4th of July too, because I feel that it tends to go hand in hand. I don't think our forefathers, meant it that way, but it's just something that has happened, and I'm very grateful for that. The memorial celebration was on June 26th, and it was about an hour. You might see a little bit more than that, so be patient with this. Another thing is that we have 2 guests today that was at the celebration, and also did quite a bit for the celebration. We have Tate and we have Rachel, and they're going to expound a little bit what it felt to them also. So I'm going to just go right over there, and we are going to start the show on the road. Okay. Now, Tate, what's your last name?
Jones.
Tate Jones. And Rachel?
Roberts.
Roberts, okay. And let's see. I guess for me, I don't know if it's either for either one of you, but when I see wherever I am and I see Old Glory going down, the aisles wherever I am, I just immediately, stand up with the presentation, and as it comes, and hearing an American anthem played, I am in the VSA choir, very special arts choir, and just recently we learned, not also sang, but we learned about the American anthem and how it came about, and what each lyrics, what it's meant in my heart, Would either one of you like to elaborate, about the flag and the ceremony of the beginning of the presentation?
I thought working on the exhibit, and again what we tried to do is a revolution to Desert Storm overview of American military history, which has been a very constant theme throughout the American story from 1775 on, 1776 on, and I just thought it was a very interesting juxtaposition that at the very end of the exhibit, after we'd finished up with Desert Storm down at the end of the hall and had given a display of contemporary military equipment, that there, juxtaposed on the stage, you had both the ROTC people, tomorrow's military leaders, and a number of veterans of past conflicts, too. It all seemed to tie it very nicely together, I think, for us in terms of a heritage perspective.
Yeah, I agree with you most honorably. I really do. I think people don't give enough tribute to the ones that are just maybe a year or not even a year. My father was in the Korean War, and for many years they weren't even, it's a conflict, it's not a war, and, boy, I remember my dad, at home, I wasn't an Army brat or anything, but boy, I grew up in a pretty patriotic family, So, and how about you, Rachel?
As an American citizen, we take so much for granted living in this country, and ceremonies such as the Memorial Day focus, it was just a privilege to participate. It was an honor and privilege to participate in such an event, and I was very fortunate that I had that opportunity.
Yeah, I enjoyed just singing. I just did. Rachel did sing a few songs for us at the event, and I think I think all in all, it was really a tribute to all the veterans, here at past. I guess, could either one of you expound on the, with the chair and the rose and the I don't know, I want to say lost soldier, and I don't know, that's not really what they said it was, but could you?
No, that was a salute to the POW MIAs. It's a issue that continues to reverberate from the Vietnam War, that a number of people in Vietnam were never accounted for, and although all prisoners of war were accounted for, there's still a number, I think around 1,400 American servicemen who are still officially listed as missing in action, and what you saw at the ceremony was a table set for that particular individual to commemorate them and let them know that we still remember them in spirit.
Yeah, I think it was well done. I was just like, wow, something's, even something like that is being honored for that soldier. Those soldiers that, like you said, are not accountable. And we really don't know if they ever will be accountable. But I think for myself, in my heart, they're accountable. After seeing that presentation. Let's see. What did you both, and I'll start with Rachel first, what did you think of Tommy, the accordion player?
I thought he added very some character to the American spirit, Americans, music of what the diversity of American, all about, and through music.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And what did you think of Tommy's playing?
Well, Tom Collins, I'll always enjoy him at a function like this. He's a World War II veteran, actually, and interestingly enough, he served with the U.S. Coast Guard on the Ohio River during World War II, doing it. The Coast Guard was running anti-sabotage patrols because there were so many munitions factories in the Midwest, and we'd had some munitions factories blown up in World War I. So we had a substantial troop presence inland too to protect these factories, and he was served on one of these patrol boats on the Ohio River. But knowing that he has that record of service behind him, I think makes his music all the more meaningful.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize it. I don't really know how to get a hold of it, but I was thinking about having him on the show too one of these times. Coming up. I think he'd like doing something like that. Because I know it would really help my viewers, to see something like that, especially ones that can't get out to see stuff, like my show offers. It's a family show. It's an open showcase, and that's what I like to try to keep. And to me, this is open show. I mean, this is part of the arts. And talking about the arts, you brought some display items.
Oh, well, right from the list. Short selection of items from the museum. I imagine many in the audience will have seen Pearl Harbor by now. They might be interested in what was going on after Pearl Harbor.
Let's see if our camera can close in on some of this stuff while Tate's talking.
This is a 1942 movie lobby card for the movie Bataan, and of course, right after Pearl Harbor, the U.S. suffered a big loss in the Philippines. The Philippine Islands were taken by the Japanese, and to rally home front support, what they did was they did a movie about that particular campaign called Bataan, which was released in 1942 to encourage the home front.
I'll just slide it over here because Rachel didn't get a chance to see it, or I didn't. So.
Likewise, the U.S. also suffered a defeat at a place called Wake Island in the Pacific right after Pearl Harbor, and this was before the Doolittle Raid, which is also depicted in the current movie. And at that place, the United States Marine Corps, a very small party of Marines, inflicted disproportionate losses upon the Japanese, including sinking ships, downing planes, and inflicting serious losses. And although the island was taken and they were all captured, it provided a real rallying point for the U.S. Marine Corps in World War II. Wake Island is still remembered very much today by the Marine Corps.
Oh, that's something.
You say your father was a Korean veteran?
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
which division? Do you know?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
And he's passed away, so I really don't know.
This is a group of men from the 1st Cavalry Division in the Korean Peninsula in the early days of the Korean conflict, and these were some of the first soldiers called out from Japan to try to repel the North Korean invasion in 1950. We are commemorating in these 3 years, 2000 through 2003, the 50th anniversary of the Korean War, and the museum continues to offer a number of programs on Korea. Later this summer, when we move into our permanent facility, part of it will be open later this summer, we hope, and during our Soldier Stories presentations at the University of Montana during the wintertime.
I noticed that I got one of those little buttons, and I said, I'm going to get this button for my dad. It was a little button for the 50th year.
The 4th of July is coming up, and we always try to do something with the Revolutionary War during the 4th of July. We present a display out at the fort during the Historical Museum's commemoration, and if we are very lucky, by the time this program airs at one of our buildings, we'll be open out at the fort, and we'll be displaying some things in there. But this is a picture of the 2nd Pennsylvania Regiment during the Revolutionary War, and we will be presenting a larger display on the 4th. We always try to do something special regarding Washington and his men on the 4th of July. So.
I think that's good for now, and we're going to break away, and hopefully you get to talk a little bit more, and we're going to break away, and we're going to show you some of the things that we have been talking to you about that happened on Saturday, the 26th, for the Memorial Day presentation, and then when we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more. The reason we're doing this is because the sound did not get too well, but it's variable. So just sit back, watch a little bit, and we'll come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we conduct this ceremony, let us not forget our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard members that are either missing in action or prisoners of war in some foreign country. You may notice a small table behind me. In the place of honor, it is set for one. This table is our way of symbolizing the act that members of our profession of arms are missing from our midst. They are commonly called POWs, MIAs, we call them brothers. They are unable to be with us this weekend, so we remember them. This table set for one is small. It symbolizes the frailty of one prisoner against his oppressors. The tablecloth is white. It symbolizes the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. A single rose displayed on the vase reminds us of the families and loved ones for our comrades in arms who keep faith awaiting their return. The red ribbon tied so prominently on the vase is reminiscent of the red ribbons worn on lapels and breasts of thousands who bear witness to their unyielding determination, demand a proper accounting of our missing. A slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate. There is salt upon the bread plate, symbolic of the family's tears as they wait. If you notice, the glass is inverted and the chair is empty, because they are not here to toast with us today. Remember, all of you who served with them, call them comrades, who depend on their might and aid and rely on them, for surely they have not forsaken you. Let us have a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you. It's very exciting to be out here with such a distinguished crowd. And I'm honored to play the original American Control. All of you who were in World War II will remember the Glenn Miller arrangement of it. This is the original American Control.